Namaste, my beautiful queens. I'm still under the influence of that beautiful little girl which did this and say, my beautiful queens. Sweethearts, today pick up the card I want to do on the question which one of you wrote me, and I thought it could be helpful. If I have an enemy, what I should do. You see, the thing is that enemy can be different. Sometimes it's a friend. You think it's your friend, but it's your enemy, hidden enemy. Sometimes it's probably a co-worker, maybe it is a family, maybe it's a distant relative or a neighbor. This is for those of you who have somebody or probably suspect somebody, and let the guides give us some guidance if you suspect something, and I will just read the card, which I am going to pull and tell you everything I will see there. Let's choose 5 cards. If I have an enemy, what should I do? So let us see. Let's see what guides are going to keep us, what keepers are going to keep us, what you should do under such circumstances. If you suspect you have a family, or you have, enemy, not family, or you suspect, let's see. I'm asking the spirits of fire, earth, air, and water, the guides and the keepers, the forces of love and light to give us the answers to our questions, touching it to my forehead, to my mouth, and to my heart. If I have an enemy, hidden or non-hidden, what should I do? Let's just 5 cards. Choose one of 5. Card number 1, and I'll just go with it and I'll just read what is there. Card number 2, card number 3, card number 4, and card number 5. Let us see. If I have an enemy, what should I do? Or I suspect, or your guts tell you you have an enemy, what is that? It can be anything, in your love life, private life, your work, your career, your friendship, anything. Card number 1, один. Card number 2, два. Card number 3, 3. Card number 4, 4. And card number 5, 5. For time stamps, as always, thank you very much. Let us go straight to it. If I have an enemy, card number 1. All right. 3 of 1. So if you do have an enemy, fire sign, probably it could be a fire sign. Connected with, I'll give you all the hints possible, so just see what is resonating. Connected with the areas, connected with number 1 to 9, and connected with Mercury in Leo. Being honest with you, if this is your enemy, because this is the card of not a hidden. The thing is that this is a noble type. This personality shows a noble type of personality, and the one who considers is lower than your self to do something behind your back, especially if we're talking about the sun in Aries, Mercury in Leo. Being honest with you, fire signs are not those hidden enemies. We are like this. If we are your enemy, we're gonna tell you about this. So if you do have someone who is kind of not fully for you, this is not a hidden enemy. And if you do have it, most possibly that you have it in at work. Somebody who you want to grow, you want to go up in your career, and this is the someone who kind of probably prevents you from moving forward, considering that you are not yet professional professional enough, not yet good enough, probably someone who prevents you from realizing your ideas, probably a little bit older or much older, tries to push you a little bit further. So, but it's not someone hidden in it. It's if it's your career, this is someone who in a higher position than you. So you want that position, you want growing up, you want success, but he prevents you from moving there. Also the one who tests you constantly. Now, if you are thinking about family, or if it is about, if you're asking the cards about your love life, then again, I already said many times, number 3 talks about third party relationship. And of course, in third party, naturally you would have a wife of his who of course wouldn't be all for you, and or it could be just a partner. No, not necessarily official wife, but probably his partner, who former partner or somebody. But the thing is also, this can be, of course, what happens. You have one man, and he can be liked by you, and he can be liked by somebody else. And it could be that he likes both of you. He's not deeply, fully, crazily in love with you, and he likes you, and he's not deeply, crazily, like he kind of like both of you, and he likes attention from both of you. So it could be that this kind of, little thing, I want him and I want him, so who's gonna like something like this. But at the same time, this is an open, it's not a hidden enemy, it's not someone who's gonna stick their knife into your back. This is not that type of an enemy. Sometimes it could be a mother of a man who doesn't think that you are good enough for her baby. But again, this is not a hidden, this is not a type of a hidden. You're gonna know that this person doesn't like you, but it's not something you can hide. The thing is, what I can advise you is you just to prove those people who are kind of don't let you move forward, either in your relationship or in your career. Prove them that you absolutely worth it. Prove them. They are not hidden. The hidden are much worse. So next one, number 2. Okay. 6 of Pentacles. So Pentacles, of course, are connected with money, usually. So connected probably to your career. Let's look at the all points. First of all, connected, of course, with from number 1 to number 9 astrologically. This is Taurus and Virgo. Moon in Taurus, and this is Jupiter in Pisces. Another non-hidden enemy, because this is a card of help. Also, this is Jupiter in Leo, which talks about generosity, and Jupiter in Aquarius, which talks about patience. So another non-hidden enemy. But at the same time, someone considers that you've received too much without actually earning it. It can be, most possibly, this is about something connected not with love and relationship, but for some of you, this is a very relationship type of a card. So you got a reward. Probably, again, we could be talking about a mother of a man you want to have. She thinks, wow, he just, the girl doesn't really have much, this kind of a mother, not much of appearance, not much of education, not much of anything. And my son, and now she got my son who has 3 master's degree, a good job, and he's a doctor, and now she got him. This is not fair, but again, this is not a hidden enemy who's gonna stick the knife into your back. Also, this is, but at the same time, this is card of good perspective. So there is a very because you are a giver, you are a type of a person who is giving, because this is a card of a giver. So you giver, you're helper, you're generous. So at the same time, this is card of the fair, the situation becoming fair. So just if there is a person who considers that you got too much without earning it, maybe you got promotion at work, you got promotion at work, and this person thinks that you didn't work long enough. That guy worked 25 years and he didn't get it, but you worked 2 months and you got it. Maybe you have much more knowledge than that guy who worked for 25 years. So again, you know what, this is the card of the balance. And do you know what, not a hidden enemy. You just have to show, take a little time to show your worth. But what comes to relationship, my dears, it's always disbalanced relationship. So one doesn't have what the other have. For example, a man has money, you don't. So people think that you are a gold digger. So there would be someone, probably not even one person, who would think, she got it because she's young and beautiful. He's 20 years older. He's with her because she's young. So there would be people, or emotionally, he's I don't know, a surgeon, you're a secretary or a teller in a bank, and he's much wealthier, much more in a social status, but you are not that much in a social status. So people think that you are getting not what you earn, not what you deserve, not so-called out of your league. Again, it is true about different position in society, because this card shows very often different position in society. But who the hell cares about society? Excuse me, but be careful, it's for a little bit of you. There is very little bit of you who would be in that situation. But if you are a gold digger, and if you are after the partner who has money, and you are with him just for money, and you don't have any emotions, feelings toward it, but you just have him as a bag with money, please be careful, because usually this ends up very badly. It's a karmic card, which is very cruel for those who are gold diggers. But I'm sure among my subscribers, probably there wouldn't be much of you. But if you're single, another thing, in order to be, if you are single, in order to receive something, you have to give something, or you have to close one door to open another door. If you are in relationship, for example, you are married and you are having an affair with somebody, there could be people who know about it. The thing is that you have to understand that in order to get that, again, when you cannot have two men. You have that one or that one. So if you want to be with one of them, this card tells you have to be fair with yourself and with the man you love, and leave the one you don't love and be with the one you love. If it's about relationship, that needs to be looked into. So but again, this is not a hidden kind of enemy who is planning something behind your back. Usually these are people who will tell you or behave in a certain way, so you just know that they don't like you, something about you. Let me drink something. Next, number 3. Well, interesting. Number 3 is the 4, 4 of, there could be so many meanings about this. Astrologically, this is someone, if this is your enemy, then this enemy cannot do much. harm to you at all. Astrologically, excuse my phone. Astrologically, this is connected with Pisces and Saturn in 5th house. So if you think this person is an enemy, if you think that any harm, this person, as you can see, absolutely doing absolutely nothing. So this is time out. Nothing harmful according to this card you would get from this person. Because as you can see, this man is lying, taking, or it could be things, different things. Either this is exhaustion, physical, it could be illness, it could be disease, it could be someone who exhausted emotionally and taking a break. But the thing is that this is a card of stagnation. So if you do expect some harm from this person cannot do you absolutely nothing. If you ask the question, do you have an enemy, someone who against you, this card would be negative. This card would tell you that, honey, you're overstressed, you're overwhelmed, and please take a break. Stop running around like crazy. Isolate yourself, lie down and just rest and don't move. You must rest. You must get your strength back. You must get your health back on a track, because could be that lots of things, because 3, you see what was before this card, 3 of Swords. The heart pierced with 3 swords. Could be heartbreak, could be a break, could be divorce, could excruciatingly painful situation. And right now you could be you need the time to recuperate, how to say it, you need the time to rest, you need the time to get your strength back. You it's nobody probably trying to find who caused the 3 of swords, who could cause you pain, who could bring you to this tragic situation. And the card tells you, no, this is you who need rest. This is you who need to get away. It could be that you were even in shock for so many negative things happening. You need a break, you need to rest. No, there is this card shows that no, there is no enemy right now, and your life actually will start. This is like new, you need to put your strengths together, so you're gonna do a next step in your life. If there were difficulties, if there were health issues, this card tells you that after you rest and after you give yourself a break, this is going to be going up. But this is usually terrific stress, which causes physical problems. Like I'm very familiar to that, because it causes heart issues in me. So but what comes to enemy, no, there is no enemies here. If you were thinking about a specific person being your enemy, this card says that that person absolutely not capable, or doesn't want it, or wouldn't do absolutely nothing against you. Something else I wanted to say, if we are talking about relationship, again, there is no enemies here, but it could be you need a break from each other, you need to rest from each other, you need to stay alone, he needs to stay alone. It's a very karmic card, but we are not talking here about love relationship, we are talking about, do you have enemies? But very often this is silence, of a very tired soul. So nothing is happening right now, but everyone needs to a break. Everyone needs to bring back their the strengths. Usually, if you married or if you're together with this man, nothing is happening. I know you don't sleep together, you don't feel any sparks between each other, you just both tired, you need to rest. But enemies, there is no enemies here. Set of card number 4, two of interesting. So if you do have an enemies, usually this is very typical card of so-called cold heart. I will start with a relationship. If you have issues in relationship, it's a sad card. Why is that? It's an absence of love. But the problem is this card can include the dating, even sleeping together. But as you can see, this is the gate. So the person you're talking about, it is a typical third-party relationship. So the person you're talking about is standing at the gate. So he does not live his old life, and he doesn't walk through to start a new life with you. So you might be asking, is there someone against me? Do I have an enemy? Do I have someone who influences this, so things are not going? Unfortunately, no, there is no enemy here. It's just he has cold heart. He's naturally probably cold hearted. Maybe he's a sword king, the type of a king of swords, 7 of swords. But the thing is that you don't know where to stay or to go. So if we talk about relationship, then there is no enemy. If he is married, of course the spouse would be an enemy, but I don't think she knows about you. But at the same time, no one specifically influences your relationship with this man or somehow plays against you. He's cold, and you feel his coldness, and you trying to find the answers to the questions. Also, this is a typical card of the promises which are not being fulfilled and promises which are not being kept. But do you have an enemy? No. If we take the situation which is not connected with love and relationship, then you are afraid of a failure in a certain situation. Again, here you need to take a choice, something to leave something in the past and to walk into the future. Probably there is someone who wants to convince you to stay in the past, who acts like he is acting. Very often very possible you are in with a narcissist, and it's not necessarily a relationship. It could be your best friend, it could be a relative. They want you to stay in the past. For example, you want to move to another country, you want to get another job, you want to leave the Mormon sect or Adventist sect or Baptist sect or Catholic sect or whatever, some religious organization. You became awakened, all that is nonsense. And there are people who kind of but these are enemies who are acting as if they were your friends. It's not like enemies who want to harm you intentionally. They are just in their old paradigm. They want you to stay in the old cage, and they want you to play the old game and live the old paradigm, but the rules people lived 1,000 years ago. And but they try to convince you to not to do it, because this is always connected with a choice, with the great opportunities, because something new is ready to burst into your life, which is going to change your whole thing, paradigm, life, the way you living, you learning something new, or opportunity which came to you and you didn't even plan about it, and suddenly it comes, and you're ready to decide. But those people who know you, they know, oh no, you don't know what's gonna be there, you don't know if you will be able to find a job. For example, you're moving somewhere, you don't know, don't go anywhere, find yourself a guy, marry, have 5 children, and be a slave to your husband and children. Why do you want to go try to become whoever, the interior designer, an actor, the artist, or whatever? So you're on intersection, you're trying to find your way in life, but there are people who try to demotivate you and to convince you to take the wrong decision. So please only listen to your guts, and because you can take the wrong, you can decide something wrong, because there would be people who gonna pull you down instead of you moving forward. It's not enemies, but those, they kind of act against you, but they think they're doing a good thing to you. And the last one, if you have an enemy, oh, you don't have an enemy, sweetheart. The thing, the only enemy you can Empress, the only enemies you can have is the Empress, the brightest, most beautiful quintessence of the earthy woman, and everybody loves her. She has, the thing is that probably just the enemies are people who envy you, because when you walk into the room, people start to smile. When you are in the room, people feel loved, people feel happy. She has this energy of life. It's like just like me, it's just like myself. And the thing is, you have the healing touch. Whoever chose this card, very powerful energy. What do you see here? You see a woman which is like a tree. She's holding a child. There are animals around her. So you would have extremely strong healing powers, and you bring progress anywhere. Wherever you come, there will be progress, because you are creator. You have a creative energy. Your thoughts are materializing. I can only tell you that you can have one enemy if in reverse position, if you allow self-doubt in your thoughts, because you have a very unique gift. I have to tell you about Empress. Her thoughts become things. This is how it works. Law of attraction, what comes to Empress, they are connected with the divine, but her roots are in the soil. So she can think, they take an idea from divine and bring this idea into life. And it's a mother, it's a quintessence of mother goddess, which brings emotional comfort, physical comfort, feeling of safe, holiday of the spirit. She brings their love. So the only enemy you can have, if you dare to self-doubt that you are capable, if you think like, I don't know if I'm capable of not capable, because the thing is that you are very intuitive. This is a healer, this is a psychic healer, natural empath. You know who is right, who is wrong, and the only enemies you can have are the people who envy your such bright light. But even people who hate the light side of the Empress can't help but loving her. So I honestly, yeah, your only enemies could be your own self-doubts, which you shouldn't allow, because this is you. This is all, my beautiful queens, for this reading. I hope it was helpful. If you need me, you amaze me with your comments. How can I get in touch with you? Description box, guys. You've never seen, never heard about description box is under the video. All the information is there. And as my beautiful Maria said, namaste, my beautiful queens. Like, this girl just grabbed my heart, and now she has my heart in her hands. Namaste.